Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Today we're going to talk about Chainlink. We're going to look at Link USD on the daily chart. We're going to give you some levels to watch to the upside and downside. We're going to see what is going on. And we're also going to do a rare-ish price prediction for Link on this channel for December, namely Christmas time. There was a Twitter, someone posted a thing about Twitter, one of the Link Marines asks, what are the price predictions you would guess for Christmas time? Get your answers in your mind. Let me see if maybe some of you already saw that post. What was your guess? What is your guess at Christmas time? And then we're going to look at a chart and we're going to see what exactly they're telling us about the potential for said Christmas price for Link. Okay, so daily chart, first things first. Let's keep it on the real. All right. Our 21-day moving average, 21-day EMA is this yellow line on top here. We haven't been able to close 2 consecutive candles above it since our drop, since we've been below it. It's just held as perfect resistance. We made one close just above it back on July 6th. And then yesterday was the important one. We wanted to close this on top, and unfortunately, red candles close on the bottom, so we closed just under it. And now rejection again back off of it. This is our uptrend line that we need to hold with a candle body. The wick, who cares? But, trend lines can be subjective, right? I always say that on my channel. You could draw this wherever you want, but to make it the strongest line, you want to have the most touch points, plain and simple. If I drew this down a little bit more, yes, I'd still have technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 touch points, but 2 more touch points, even stronger, right? So even 1 more touch point, you could draw it this way. You could even draw it way down at the bottom of the wick, right? We'll get to this candle in a minute. Hang on. So you could draw it right here. That's the bottom of the wick. A lot of people like to do that. Okay, I'm fine with that. But if you do that, you have to really snip up your trend line here. And then you could see that didn't touch either. So you only have 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points. So play around with your trend lines until you have the angle with the most touch points. That's going to be your most solid line. So that's why I drew it right there. The most touch points. You could even draw it up a little bit more. And then look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're at 7 touch points. So that is what you want to practice on with your trend line drawing. You don't want to ever have your candle bodies going through the trend line. So if you see someone drawing and the trend line is like this through a candle body or something, that guy doesn't know what they're doing. Get away from them. So that's enough about that. This candle is our lowest closing candle. We had another one close a penny above it. If you look up top here, you can see this open, high, low, close, your dollar gain or loss, and then your percent of that move. So right here, if you highlight this candle, you can see that C for the close, 1688, but this one, 1687. That is our lowest closing candle. So that is what we want to watch for a candle. We've had many wicks, right? Even back to our May drop, we even went to 15 there. Double bottom on this wick as well to 15. So we want to watch this if we come back down. Now, when would this be important? If we break this trend line. If we don't break this trend line, then who cares? But if we break this trend line and make a lower low, say our wick, even a wick on this goes under this wick, which was this low is 1777. If you see a price even for a moment under 1777, that would likely be foreshadowing that we probably close back under this and maybe retest this line. We want to definitely hold this for a daily closing candle. We don't want to see a closing candle under this guy, 1687. If that happens, we would make a new close under basically a lower close, right? Local low. We don't want to do that. If we avoid that and you don't see any candles close that and we come back up, good to go. We're still good. But first things first, we need to close above our 21-day EMA before we get too hasty, right? So let's see how it plays out for the next coming days, and we'll see what we got. All right, ready to get to the fun stuff? The Christmas Day price predictions based on history, based on facts, not guesses. We don't do guesses. Kind of we do. Educated guesses, all right? Hypothesis. This is lots of S's. So looking back to 2018, Christmas price, Chainlink, 30 cents. I've highlighted it for you. You can read right there. And I gave you that little bullseyes. I figured I'd just do the bullseyes, but then people are going to wonder what price that is, and I just did it for you. Okay, 30 cents. Next Christmas, $1.78. Next Christmas, $11.56. This was just last year. Remember, we had our capitulation. We went down to like $8, but 2 days later, Christmas Day, we closed at $11.56. These are the rough closing prices, right? And let's see what kind of a pattern is emerging here. What multiples of these are each other? Well, this times roughly 6 equals this roughly. This times 6 is roughly this. So if that pattern were to continue, roughly 6x multiples every Christmas Day, where would we go? I'm glad you asked. Let's look at it right now. This is the trend line from the daily chart. So, all right. So this, if that were to continue, that puts us roughly at $70 by Christmas Day. Now, does that look insane to you? Doesn't really look that insane to me, right? It certainly looks possible, but the downside is we only have a few data points, right? If this was, 10 data points, it'd be much more solid. We could probably depend on it a little bit more, but this is all we have to go on. But this was my guess. You could probably find it. Some of you, I've seen some of you already found that Twitter post. I didn't post it, but some other Link Marine posted, what is your guess for Christmas Day? What was your guess before you knew this? Was it higher or lower? Probably lower. Or something obtusely in the stratosphere. So on that Twitter feed, I saw like guesses for $10 or $7 or whatever, or $1,200 or something, insane. But based on history, based on the charts, look at the line too. You could draw it right through. The line goes right through each center. So that'd be pretty remarkable. If this plays out, maybe we have some more solid, factual based information to continue that trend for the future. Dare we go look at the next year if this plays out? Too bad we can't. It only goes to August right now. But maybe later we can look at this. We'll see how this plays out. Put this back on auto, and you can see that Chainlink just mainly goes up. Okay, with early levels back here, kind of gaining its footing, but ever since it's really taken off in price, macro trend up. That's what we like. Chainlink. Let's do a car of the week. Same car from yesterday. So if you watched the video yesterday, Lamborghini Huracan Performante, just like the regular Huracan, only better. Slightly tuned, different exhaust layout, forged carbon, lighter, faster. Pretty nice. But, my downside. How you going to buy a Lambo without Lambo doors? It's got regular doors. You get the Lamborghini name. What are you doing? But they did that for exclusivity for the Aventadors. Because they wanted the richer people to be happier with their doors. That's it. Quote of the day. Should we do quote? I've been leaving the quote of the days off. So I don't have it pulled up. I'm going to do this off memory. If you want to live the life of the few, you can't live your life like the many. Does that make sense? If you want to have stuff that not many people have, if you want to have time that not many people have, you have to do things differently than those people. You have to think differently and do differently. Now, you're taking the right steps by investing in crypto. I'm guessing there's probably family members, people that you know, friends that probably don't agree with what you're doing in crypto, but they were telling me that a long time ago. Now I do this full time and they're still working. So you're taking the risks that you need to do. Educated risk, crypto risks. It will pay off in the future. I'll leave it at that. Let me know if that resonated with you. I appreciate you guys for watching this long if you have. Hopefully we'll see Santa deliver a $70 Chainlink this year. That will be fantastic. I know it's not as high as we want to go, but we'll get there. Even if we're not there, even if we're at $20 at Christmas Day, who cares? Because Christmas time or summertime in 2022, 2023, we will be in much higher than triple digit chain links, and you can take that to the bank, and Santa can deliver more toys. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'll cut it off now. Have a great time, guys. Good time doing whatever you're doing. If you're watching in your car, if you're watching, let me know where you watch these at. Do you watch on your phone? Do you watch on your TV, your computer, your laptop, your ceiling projector? Let me know. I've never even asked that. I want to know where you watch this guy and that Chainlink sign. All right.